If we were all to step outside this conference hall into the spring sunshine and look out across the water, we would be looking to the towering turbines of the Gwyntamore offshore wind farm. There is perhaps no better symbol of both our economic and green energy potential, of how Wales is a world leader in accelerating renewable energy revolution. But it is also perfectly encapsulating where and how that potential is going unfulfilled when it comes to building an economy that works for Wales. The seabed at Gwyntamore is owned and leased by the Crown Estate, part of the £853 million of estate's asset value in Wales, and contributing to the more than £1 billion in annual revenue that goes to fill the coffers of the Treasury and line the pockets of the royal family. Gwyntamore produces enough clean energy a year to power 467,000 households. That's almost a third of all households in Wales. But despite the scale of clean energy being produced literally on their doorsteps, households in North Wales have some of the highest energy bills in the whole of the UK. Profits accrue to the international corporate giants who sell our own green energy back to us. And many of these, ironically, are state-owned elsewhere in Europe. Conference, this is all a microcosm of a wider structural issue that holds back economic development in Wales. That issue is the ownership gap. Quite simply, we do not currently own or control enough in Wales, enough of our own resources, assets, institutions, or businesses to really move the economic dial. Lack of ownership means a lack of autonomy, a lack of control over our economic future. Now, we are not content, are we, Conference, to leave our economic destiny in the hands of others. We are not content to let it be dictated to us from Whitehall or decided in multinational boardrooms where we have no seat at the table. Dyna pam mae Plaid Cymru wedi bod yn arwain yr ymgyrch i ddatganoli ystad y goron I Gymru. Bydd y reolaeth dros yr asedau yma yn werth miliynau ar ben ei hun. Ond bydde fe hefyd yn golygu fod gennym bwerau pwysig I osod y telerau a'r ddatblygiadau yni gan gynnwys ar bethau fel y gadwyn gyflenwi a'r gweithlu. Bydde fe'n golygu ein bod yn gallu darparu cyfleoedd newydd ar gyfer gwaith a hyfforddiant yn yr economi werth. Ac wrth gwrs, dydy Llafur Cymru ddim hyd yn oed wedi gofyn, heb sôn am frwydro am reolaeth dros ein hadnoddau naturiol. Yn y cyfamser, Plaid Cymru sydd wedi bod ar flaen y gad I wneud yr hyn sy'n iawn I Gymru i'n pobl a'n cymunedau. Mae 75% o bobl Gymru yn gefnogi trosglwyddo reolaeth dros y sad y goron. Mae 17 allan o 22 o gynghorau Cymru hefyd yn cefnogi'r alwad hon. Make no mistake, this is a fight that is gaining momentum, and it is a fight that we will win. By failing to even show up for it, Labour and Wales have chosen to be on the losing side, and they've made it clear whose side they're on, haven't they? And that's not on the side of the most vulnerable in our society. It's not on the side of our businesses or our communities, and it's not on the side of Wales. Now, in my role as economy spokesperson, there is nothing I enjoy more than travelling the length and breadth of Wales, this country brimming with creativity, talent, and ambition, and meeting with Welsh businesses. And yes, I'll admit, getting to sample craft-brewed beers, artisan coffees, and world-beating Welsh produce in my travels are all just a sweetener. But what I really love is the passion, the drive, not only to turn a profit, but to deliver a high level of service or a quality product, to build a business with real roots in its community, and to provide high-paying jobs and high-quality jobs. It is this combination of entrepreneurialism and social responsibility, this mix of business nous and sense of community that defines Welsh business. It gives me hope, a vision of what Wales's economic future can and should be. But Conference, how often do I hear from Welsh businesses that they don't feel that the Labour Welsh Government is on their side? How often do I hear that they struggle to find the support or even just the information they need to grow? How often do we see successful Welsh businesses bought and dismantled, their capital, social, human, and economic, lost to regional economies and exported across the border? The answer is far, far too often. And just as Gwyntamore is a symbol of the wider ownership problem in the Welsh economy, our high streets provide a lens on the challenges facing Welsh businesses. Challenge is that Labour in Wales has failed to address, or more accurately, actively made worse over a quarter of a century in power. It's a story we're all too familiar with, isn't it? On high streets across Wales, there are empty buildings and shuttered shops where thriving local businesses should be. Pubs, cafes, restaurants, all struggling with the cost of doing business crisis, a crisis made worse by sky-high taxes on businesses and Labour's scrapping of business rates relief. Take Aberystwyth, where business rates in the town centre are, as one local business owner put so rightly, just silly. An independent store owner on the high street pays nearly 10 times more than a major chain on the town's outskirts, and significantly more than would be an equivalent business in England. Or take my home county of Bridgend, the home, and of course I recognise my bias in this, of the best coffee shop in Wales. A locally owned and managed coffee shop and bakery pays the same level of non-domestic rates as this multinational competitor just around the corner. There are countless examples, the length and breadth of Wales, of businesses' full potential going unfulfilled, to many of what should be successful businesses going to the wall. And the result? Town centres in decline, not on the up. Now I am proud that more and more businesses are looking to Plaid Cymru for the solution. And I'm even more proud that we are able to offer one. If we want our town centres to thrive, then we need to change how we tax the businesses on our high streets to better support the kinds of successful Welsh-owned shops, cafes, bars and restaurants we all go to our towns for. And I'll let you in on a secret. This is hardly rocket science. There's a solution that is well within our grasp. Now, I'll spare you the level of technical detail that would make the rest of my speech very boring, and that's, of course, is assuming that you're not bored already. But through varying the multiplier, the business rates multiplier, we have the power to reduce rates for independent businesses in retail, leisure, and hospitality. It really is that simple. And by looking at how we charge rates so that those who can afford to pay contribute more, it would also be cost neutral. Plaid Cymru's wider plans for our town centres are a further reflection of this kind of common sense, this kind of practical policy development that I make the hallmark of my politics. Where small and medium-sized businesses currently struggle to access both information and finance, we will create a new National Development Agency for Wales, a real one-stop shop for business support geared towards growing domestic businesses and keeping our successful companies in Wales. Where the hospitality sector is currently under-supported and underrepresented in Welsh Government, we will learn from international best practice and we will look to create a new nighttime economy advisor. Where buildings on our high streets are lying empty, we will make it easier to convert them into residences, bringing people back into our town centres and building in footfall for local businesses. And where valued local assets, including businesses, buildings and land, come up for sale, we will make it easier for them to be brought into community ownership, including through a community right to buy. Cynhadledd Cymru, mae pob math o enghreifftiau, lle mae cymunedau wedi dod at ei gilydd I achub tyfandau, siopau a chaffis lleol. Mae'n hollbwysig ein bod yn dysgu oddi wrth yr enghreifftiau hyn wrth I ni geisio adfer canol ein trefi I fod yn llefydd cymdeithasol sy'n llawn bywyd newydd, diwylliant a chelf. Ystyriwch hyn, Cynhadledd. O'r tyfandau sydd wedi dod o dan berchnogaeth gymunedol ers pandemig Covid, does dim un wedi cau. Mae'r enghreifftiau hyn yn dangos pam bod angen I ni fod yn uchelgeisiol wrth annog modelau perchnogaeth cymdeithasol, cymunedol a chydweithredol ac yn profi hefyd bod busnesau sydd wedi ei greiddio yn eu cymunedau yn busnes llwyddiannus a chynaliadwy. Rôl Llywodraeth Plaid Cymru fydd cefnogi'r gwaith o adnewyddu canol ein trefi o'r lawr gwlad, a darparu adnoddau fydd yn galluogi ein cymunedau I yrru eu hadnewyddiad cymdeithasol a'i datblygiad economaidd eu hunain. Now, in the coming weeks, I will formally be launching Making Wales Work, Plaid Cymru's new economic plan. Now, I'm proud of the amount of hard work that has gone into this plan and the new and ambitious vision for the Welsh economy that it represents. That vision and that ambition extends from our seedbed to our high streets and covers everywhere in between. Our plan will see capital built, retained and recycled in our communities instead of it leaking and in some cases flooding out of Wales. It will grow and sustain Welsh-owned businesses, delivering good jobs, reviving our town centres, and boosting living standards. Now, having given you a flavour of what I believe our plan can and will deliver today, I cannot wait to share it in full. Conference, ours is a vision of a Wales in which no child grows up poor, where every young person has access to fulfilling work, education or training, and where the economy sustainably meets the needs of our people, not the other way around. Where Labour has long since run out of ideas, Reform offers nothing but dog whistle soundbites, and the Tories have abandoned the political stage to the snake oil salesman to their right, I am clearer now more than ever that Wales needs a government with a real vision and with fire in its belly. Wales needs a Plaid Cymru government, and the next year we will have an historic opportunity to deliver one. So let's go out there, let's deliver on that opportunity dros Cymru.